Good morning, everyone. Pastor Shane here. Yesterday I preached on um, prayer and really using conversational prayer to to help us clean up the mess. And I made the claim in that sermon that a lot of us view prayer, or we use prayer sort of like an itemized list of like, here are all the people we need to pray for, or here are all the things that I need you to do. And we have a hard time listening to what God has to say. And I read a book. I've been reading a book, actually. I'm not done with it, but I'm still reading a book called Praying the Bible. And in that book, the author makes the statement that it's okay that we pray about the same things all the time, because we generally are experiencing a lot of the same things all the time, but that we get stuck in the rut of saying the same things about the same things. And so that's kind of part of the reason why we don't view it necessarily as a conversation, because we just keep using the same words over and over. And you know that if you're talking to someone and they only ever say the same five things to you, eventually that's going to get tiresome and you're going to stop wanting to talk to them, right? God doesn't care that you talk about the same things all the time, but I think we would feel better and be able to do this better if we learned a way or figured out a way to sort of listen to God, and to say different things. Just say different things, okay? So one of the ways that the author in that book, Praying the Bible, gives to say this is a way that you can do that is by praying the Psalms. And specifically, what he says is that you go through and you pick a psalm and you just go verse by verse or section by section and you read it and then you pray something about that. And Today I used Psalm 37, and I spent probably 45 minutes just praying through Psalm 37, and I only got about 7 verses in. Now, you're not always going to have something to say about everything, but it's really amazing how I spent 45 minutes praying 7 verses, and it really had a huge impact on my focus. It was more God focused and more relational focused between me and God. So the example is, so I'll read the verse and then I will read to you sort of the prayer that I had. Now, knowing that I was going to make this video, I took some of the stuff I prayed more than I wrote down here. Some of it was very, very personal, and this is the point. It's to make it personal, but I didn't. Some of it is so personal that I didn't want to share it in a video with everyone. But I did want to share parts of it because and still personal parts, because I want you to see how this can work for you. And just know that for me, there was a lot more specific stuff that I said to God that I'm not going to share with you because it's between me and God. But so Psalm 37, I read verse 1. I read it. Don't be worried with evil workers or envy the gains of people with all wrong, upside down ways. And what occurred to me, what came to me is that I just said, God, I thank you for everything that I have. Even when I feel so stretched too thin, I know that I have so much more than many. When I get jealous of what other people have, when I wish that their things were mine, help me remember that I have everything I need to get through this day. Help me, God, remember that I have everything I need to get through this day. Verse 2 said, soon enough they will wither like grass, like green herbs fading in summer's heat. And then, thank you for keeping me strong and vital. Thank you for not letting me wither like dying grass. I pray that those who have gotten what they have through evil and exploitative ways have a change of heart. Change their hearts, God, and change mine too, especially if I seek to get things in ways that are not pleasing to you. Verse 3, believe in the eternal and do what is good. Do what is good. Lord, I want to do what is good. Allow me to feel the presence of your Spirit as I try to do good in this world in your name. Live in the land he provides. Roam and rest in God's faithfulness. God, I'm anxious about the state of things. the virus, our politics. I thank you for your steady peace. Help me rest in your faithfulness. I know you are always there. Let me feel that in my soul. And thank you for never, ever leaving me. Take great joy in the eternal. His gifts are coming, and they are all your heart's desires. I take joy in you, God. Every time I hear the laugh of someone, I hear your voice, and it brings me joy. I heard that this morning on a phone call that I had. Thank you for that reminder of hearing your voice. Thank you for every good gift you have given me in this life. Angela, my boys, the ability to be your voice in this world. Thank you. Commit your path to the eternal. Let him direct you. Put your confidence in him, and he will follow through with you. God, I commit myself to walk your path yet again. Direct me in the way that you want me to go, even if others aren't walking that way. Maybe especially if I'm walking completely alone. My confidence is in you alone and not in my popularity. Help me walk the path and follow through when I come up against obstacles to do what you want for me and this world. I can overcome them all because you will follow through with me. He will spread out righteousness for you as the sunrise spreads radiance over the land. Thank you for showing your light through Jesus. Thank you for the gift of knowing what the best human can look. Thank you for the gift of knowing what the best human can look like. Thank you for letting me know what I am capable of. With you by my side, I strive to be the kind of person that you see in me. He will deliver justice for you into the light of the high sun. Darkness hates the light. Thank you for shining a light into my life. Thank you for protecting me from the darkness of others. I pray that those that try to harm me see your light as well. Your justice isn't that all are punished for their evil, but that all evil is obliterated, and that faith, hope, and love would prevail. God, send that kind of justice into my life and into the lives of those who seek to hurt me, and help them see that kind of justice as well. So that was just actually 6 verses. 6 verses, and that wasn't everything. That's just what I wrote down as I was praying it. I would pray it, and then I wrote it down just so I can make this video. But I wanted you to see that this is one way, because I read the verse. That's God talking to me. So if you have a feeling like I can't have this conversational prayer because I don't hear God, praying the Psalms in this way is a perfect way to hear God talking to you. And you don't have to have something to say the whole time. I think that's part of the reason why we get stuck up on this too, is because we feel like it's got to be like this one-way monologue, and we have to have something to say. But when you don't have anything to say, or you even just you make your prayer and you're like, well, what is God saying? Read the verse. Read the next verse. It is amazing to me how God continues to speak in this way. So that is just I wanted to share that this morning, because I know that I said we need to have these conversational prayers. I think this cleaning up our spiritual relational messes needs this kind of intentional conversational prayer. And so I wanted to offer an example of what that looks like. Now, because I was making the video and I was writing this down, it was, again, sounds a little depersonalized, but I literally did pray those things, among other very personal things. But in the 45 minutes, 60 minutes, it was about an hour that I spent doing it, just those 6 verses, I just feel so much more energized, and I feel like the things that I look back on that and the things that I prayed, those are real calls. Those are real calls for a response from me, and I think that's the beauty of this. I talk to God, God talks back to me, and then from there, we both do something about it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you this morning. So, if you have any questions or concerns about this method, just let me know. Put it in the comments. You can contact me directly. I think you will find, if you commit to praying through a psalm or the Psalms, you're gonna just get a whole lot out of it. And if you don't know which ones to pick, there are 150 Psalms. If you just skim 5 of them a day and pick one to pray from, trust me, you're never going to run out of anything to say. You're never going to run out of anything to pray about, and you're never going to run out of anything new to think about when you pray. So the reason why I picked 37 today was because it's the 7th day of the month. You take 7, 37, 67, 97, 127. That's 5 that I could pick from. I picked 37 just because it had something, it spoke to me. So again, hope your day is going well. If not, I hope it gets better. And if it doesn't, there's always tomorrow. Take care.